Hi everyone, welcome back to Sun's Arts. If you're new, welcome to the family. DIY number 1. For this, I'm going to use one of this light pink shadow box frame from Dollar Tree. During Valentine's time, I'm going to use the back part of the shadow box and take the cardboard piece and I remove the top surface by spraying water and going to use the corrugated surface. And I also have this wooden cutout wall hanging and I'm taking one of this bunny from there and he's so cute and he's smiling happily with the egg in his hands, and I wanted to turn his ears and feet were like little shiny pink, and I wanted to matte it down by taking this pink paint and I'm just covering on those areas. And Bunny's ears and feet are dried now, so I have to decorate him onto this frame. And I also have this beautiful greenery which kind of looks like a grass. And I pulled one of this burlap string from one of the burlap ribbon and I created a tiny bow for his neck. And I also have this pink burlap ribbon as one of the bow. I'm just sticking it and creating a tiny bow to the frame on top. And this is how I decorated with the grass around him and some flowers lying near the grass. And I also stuck like 2 flowers on his one of the ear to complete the decor. And this is so gorgeous. I'm so happy how this whole picture frame turned out with Bunny in the center. And it's actually a mix of rustic farmhouse, and I didn't actually distress the board. I wanted to keep the pink board as is, and I kind of like how the white bunny on brown corrugated background with a pink bow on the picture frame, and he has a tiny bow on his neck. I'm just loving it. You have to let me know what you think about it. This video would be part of What Month Is It, and this is hosted by Tami over Happiness Created, and co-hosts are CeeJ over CeeJ DIY and Brenda over Rustic and Lace DIY, and special guest host would be Brandi, the DIY struggle. This happens every 15th of the month and we have to do something related to that month. And I chose to create the animal for this month is rabbit, and the flower would be daffodil. The upcoming DIY would be about daffodil, and I'll leave the links of their channels as well as the playlist of all the amazing creators. And let's move on to DIY number 2. For this, I'm going to recreate one of this beautiful basket that I saw on Pottery Barn website, and they costed like $23, and I wanted to recreate it with the Dollar Tree items. Let's see what I come up with. And this is one of the Easter basket that was in my stash, and this used to be my daughter's Easter basket long back, so I'm just going to use this and decorate this basket into something that of my inspiration. And I'm just painting one of this gray paint to just give like a primer effect. After that I got like brown paint from Dollar Tree and I painted the basket and I gave like a couple of coats, and now I'm preparing the twiner. For this I'm taking little bit of a school glue and water in the spray bottle, and I'm just mixing that well. And this is actually the brown paper that came in the packaging again from Dollar Tree, and I'm just spraying this water glue mixture and all over it, and then I'm just rotating that and I'm rolling it tightly, and you can see there are some air bubbles, so I'm just rolling like a rolling pin with my hands, and I'm also twisting and rolling, so this will get like a nice thin twiner. So that is the effect I'm actually looking for, and I'm going to let it dry. After it dries, this is how it looks. It looks like a twiner and ready to be decorated, and I'm just randomly going all over the basket. So I started the first part with the attaching it in the inside of the basket, and I'm going all over the handles, and I'll go all over the basket in a random fashion because the twiner doesn't have a specified pattern, right? It just twines as it goes. So I'm just rotating all over the basket, and I'm also attaching with a little bit of a hot glue here and there so it just stays in place. After covering the twiner all over the basket, now I got to the last part of it. I'm taking a tiny bit of a hot glue and I'm finishing it in one corner just like that with a dab of a hot glue, and this finishes my basket decor. Now I have to decorate this basket. I'm not worried much with the inner part because they're going to get covered with the leaves and flowers. I only got like 2 coats on the outside, so I won't worry much because we're going to cover it with flowers there. So now I'm taking a little bit of a floral moss and I'm just filling here and there in the basket to give like a natural effect there. Like if you leave the basket in a enchanted garden, how would it be, like all the grass and greenery grown over there, the moss? That's kind of an effect I'm going there. So I'm just filling the floral moss here and there like you see, and this is how it looks after all the greenery I stuck all over the basket. Now I'm going to decorate the inner part of the basket, so I filled with some more of the brown paper to give like a little height to it, and I'm just taking this bigger leaves all around the basket. Like I took like 5 or 6 of them. I don't know the name of these leaves, but they're like gorgeous and they're like covering so well, and I wanted to have like 6 of them all around the base of the basket just like that. I'm taking a little bit of a glue and sticking all around, and I also took one of those white flower in one corner, and this is my daffodil branches from Dollar Tree again, and I just stuck those on one side of the handle, and I'm also using fern and inserted the fern in the basket and some more tiny daffodils and bigger daffodils in the center, and I just filled the whole basket with it. And this is my daffodil March themed basket, and I decorated this with one of the moss bunny that I created for another project and one moss egg on the other side, and this is how I'm going to decorate the daffodil basket. So I'm very much happy how these turned out, and it would not cost me anything more than $5, I would say, and I'm very happy how this whole basket turned out. It looks like something that I bought from the store, at least I see it that way. So you have to let me know what you think about it as well. So these are few of my March themed DIYs. One is the daffodil basket, another one is the bunny rabbit, and I'm very happy how these turned out. I hope you enjoyed watching and working along with me, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, I hope you would consider subscribing, liking and sharing, and please don't forget to click on the bell icon for me to get notified when I upload videos like this. Like I always say, thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you again.